The crypto market headed north after the ceasefire between the US and Iran, but it looks like the decisive moment is still ahead as traders are waiting for the official signing of the deal on Friday. Strategy bought Bitcoin again, BITMINE added more Ethereum, and if you stay with us until the end of the episode, you'll find out why XRP and Hyperliquid pumped more than many other altcoins. And finally, we'll reveal how one guy lost $1 million in crypto after Spain sensationally failed to beat Cape Verde. Like, subscribe and comment, and let's go! Last night, Bitcoin briefly climbed above $67,000 and Ethereum pushed up to $1,850. Solid increases compared to what we've seen recently, but still not the kind of rally we'd like. It seems traders and investors are waiting for the final resolution of the military conflict between Iran and the US. The two sides have supposedly agreed to a ceasefire and a range of details, but the official truce is expected to be signed on Friday in Switzerland. According to analysts, there are two possibilities: a strong pump or the classic sell the news scenario. In the first case, the signing of the truce will be perceived as a strong positive signal for risk assets. The military tension between the US and Iran has been one of the main market fears in recent weeks, and if everything goes smoothly on Friday, a lot of capital currently on the sidelines may return to Bitcoin, Ethereum and other major altcoins. This would mean a new wave of buying, a breakout above key levels and comments like "we exploded." The second scenario is sell the news. Here, the logic is the opposite. Much of the expectation for a truce is already priced in. Traders bought the rumor, bought the hope, and when the news becomes official, they may simply start taking profits. On Friday, we could see a brief spike up followed by a sharp reversal and increased selling pressure. In this way, the market uses the event as a convenient moment to unload positions rather than the start of a new stable rally. At the beginning of the month, Strategy, a company that is a legend in the crypto industry and has sworn for years never to part with its bitcoins, shocked us by selling 32 bitcoins. It turned out, however, that their strategy to accumulate bitcoin remains unshakable as the sale was part of a technical process. Yesterday, the firm ended the speculation by purchasing another 1,587 coins for about $100 million. This brings Strategy's holdings to nearly 847,000 units, currently worth around $56 billion. Meanwhile, BITMINE added Ethereum worth over $135 million to its treasury. The company now holds more than 5.6 million coins, which represents 4.6% of the circulating supply. As you know, the firm is run by Tom Lee, who in recent months seems blind to the mess we're in and continues to predict that Ethereum will jump to $50,000–$60,000 in the near future. Well, the man can dream. We move on to Ripple's cryptocurrency XRP, whose price climbed to nearly $1.30. The reasons for this rise are several, the main one of course being the overall stabilization of the market following positive news from the Middle East. Another factor is the continued progress of Ripple's stablecoin, as Gate became the latest exchange to add RLUSD to its offerings, thereby increasing liquidity and trust across the ecosystem. The whales also play a major role. Blockchain data shows that wallets holding at least 1 million XRP now hold 74% of the entire supply, and in the last 6 months alone they have accumulated an additional 1.53 billion tokens. This is massive accumulation that rarely happens without a reason, and it's quite likely that these large investors are preparing for the next major upswing. Their actions can attract small fish, who may enter the ecosystem with fresh capital, further supporting the price. If you think XRP has seen a solid increase, look at what Hype is doing. The cryptocurrency of the now very popular decentralized exchange Hyperliquid jumped 17% over the past week and is already trading around $73. Its market cap surpassed $16 billion, overtaking Dogecoin and making Hype the 10th largest digital asset. The main reason for this rise is the huge interest in the SPCX perpetual market on Hyperliquid. This is a derivative that allows traders to speculate on SpaceX's future valuation. After information emerged that the company may seek funding at a valuation of around $1.4 trillion, interest literally exploded. Many investors want exposure to SpaceX, but since the company was private until recently, they had no direct access. So they turned to Hyperliquid, the only place where they can trade an SPCX-based derivative. This influx of new users and massive volumes naturally affects Hype. More trading means more fees and more activity in the ecosystem. More users means more liquidity and higher demand for the token. And more attention on SPCX automatically means more attention on Hyperliquid as a platform. We finish with something sensational. Yesterday, Spain played its first match of the World Cup against the modest nation of Cape Verde, which is participating in the tournament for the first time in its history. The African island country did not back down and, after heroic saves by their 40-year-old goalkeeper, secured a 0-0 draw against one of the favorites for the trophy. A neutral viewer was probably delighted by the result, but not a certain trader who before the match placed a crypto bet of about $1 million on Polymarket that Spain would win. The chance of that happening was estimated at 92%, and the gambler would have made a profit of nearly $87,000 if Yamal and company had won. Personally, I find it quite strange why on earth you would have $1 million and risk it for such a small profit, but hey, he knows best. That's it from us, crew. Have a great, successful day and see you tomorrow.